Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new episode of ESG Climate and Money Show. This episode is a bit special. In this episode, I am going to talk about the insights which I have gained from last three episodes of ESG Climate and Money Show, where I have had different guests with many different perspectives on the status of ESG engagement and stewardship activities which are going on in the broader world of ESG investing. Um, so, so bear with me. This I have prepared this slide so you can all have some understanding and overview of what I'm talking about here. And if you have your thoughts, I would love to know them either in the comments or reach me out on LinkedIn. I'm always there. So let's jump in. So what are these insights and the commentary I have kind of planned for this episode? So let's go. So if you probably, many of you actually know about this climate action 100 plus uh, this report, and then you may have seen this chart. So if you see this situation, the problem is that people have announced so many sustainability targets and ESG KPIs, and they are uh, promise so much on this regard that those promises are not being met, and this, you can see their situation is so worse that that a large chunk of companies are not really willing to put the effort which is needed to make up with these climate targets. And this is the scenario we have, and that is why this ESG engagement and stewardship activities carried out by investors are so important. But if they will become kind of also the, rather than putting the pressure on the companies, if they will just become the, you can say, the part of this lip service campaign that they are doing everything and blah blah blah, that wouldn't help in the long run. It will hurt really badly the overall ESG industry and the future of sustainable investing overall. So this is one of the chart you should really take a closer look and ask yourself which way the things are going. And there is another chart which came a few weeks ago. And here you can also see these people who have made the big commitments regarding the sustainability, and how about their this carbon neutrality project is going on. And like, this is really sad, and this is very good that we have these numbers and we have these reports which can actually tell us what is the status. And I would say this organization which have made this report have done a great job. So you can see the situation for yourself. I wouldn't name anybody in this overall discussion. So let's move further. So normally, what is the status of the present model of engagement and stewardship activities which are actually taking place in the by the investors towards these companies? The basically, this is done a lot through the third parties. The third parties, which are the proxy voting providers, and they also engage with these companies on the behalf of the investors. And the challenge is that this present model is not working. If it would be working, then we would not have the numbers which I have shown you in the previous two slides. So this model of engagement and stewardship activities is not working. But good thing is that these proxy voting service providers and these engagement provider companies, at least they exist, and at least they have those frameworks, and they do have the understanding, and they do have the ability to do that. But the thing is that they are not doing uh, their job correctly. But is it all? Do they really don't have that kind of intention to do their job properly, or there is another part of the story? So the other part of story is very interesting, and some of the guests I had on my podcast, I can name them. So Nawar Al Sadi, he is one of the legendary engagement expert. He keeps talking about this subject a lot, and is really insightful in this. And he recently came up with this 3.0 engagement model, like how you have to do this shadow engagement. But many people are also asking the same questions, and the thing is that if this model is not working, what next? How things will go further in this direction? And then I have the other two guests, and one of them was actually participating actively in this climate action 100 plus engagement, and he present a hedge fund. And then the other guest is also part of the solution, which is a software company trying to look into how to improve these engagement activities with the help of a software. So despite the fact that the present model is not working, there is a lot of engagement within itself is going on, that how do we improve this system. So this is some of my few cents, you can say, or 2 cents they call it. So what are the key challenges? So one of the key challenge is that there is a acute lack of resources there at the hands of these third parties. They don't have simply enough resources to carry out these activities and follow up. And there is another thing: does it lack innovation? Yes, on the surface level, yes, it does lack the innovation, and that is really missing, which is actually a good thing, because if these things are not really working out, that means that today we know that these things are not working out, and there is a need to improve these things. And but one of the other thing, and this was a great insight, which I also I got this insight from my discussions, and that is that there is a lack of seriousness from the investor sides themselves. So these investors, especially the big ones, where you have your pension money, these investors are so critical for this solving this engagement and stewardship issue. Are they really just doing the kind of the check box activity, or are they really doing their work? Are they really putting a lot of resources, or are they not putting a lot of resources? So at this point, it seems like they are not really putting a lot of resources in these activities with the companies. And this is the status of mostly the listed companies where they have invested. Of course, they have invested in the real estate and all that. But the thing is that the listed companies, they are so important to be having this issue solved, because if they are not really solved, then where everything is so much public, then imagine yourself what is the situation it would be with those non-listed assets. You can guess the situation must be very, very bad. And that is also one of the reasons that these companies who are coming up with the beautiful sustainability reports, which have a lot of beautiful pictures, a lot of beautiful logos and all that, but are they really serious about these climate related targets? They simply are not getting enough oversight from the investors. Is your pension is at risk? Well, it could be. Really depends. So, but you should be worried. So, and the next slide is what are those potential solutions for this? Well, yeah, well, when of course this industry is too small, and there is, thanks to Elon Musk, the positive side is that people are getting attention now in the ESG space. And the solutions, they are coming, of course, slowly, but they are coming. For example, this PRI came up with the new engagement activity plan. They're working on this. They are not so powerful in a way as they should be, but that's the way it is. People are also speaking about this. Different solutions, softwares are one part of solution. Shadow engagement is one part of solution, as coined by Navar. And but these are just this is just the beginning, you can say, of these type of solutions. There is a long way to go, and that is why we really need to think about this, that if we have to make this ESG investing space successful in a way, like if we really have to fix this financial system and make it more climate friendly, and make this capitalism more moral and ethical, we really need to do a lot of collective effort by all of us. And this includes, first of all, it's so important to spread the knowledge, and it's so important to having these debates going on. And the regulations are also extremely important aspect of these things. Simply seems like that the things are going towards more regulations side. So let's see where this debate settle. But in the meanwhile, I think we should keep having this debate all the time, that how things should be improved within this space, because this is the because of the core value of this thing, that this is the way you have to transition from a very carbon intensive economy to more green economy, and ESG investing is a way to go, way to do it, and it affects all of us. It is really important for all of us. So for this, I think, thank you very much, and please subscribe to this podcast. Is future is bright? I don't know. I think our actions will decide that if future is bright or not. But let's start speaking the more truth, and let's start asking the difficult questions and be ourselves. And if you have something to add, please reach me out. As this kind of monologue-y, podcasty thing I have done, it was just some random thoughts, and I apologize if I have said something which is less understandable, but I think you guys can always reach me out, and we can have this discussion going on. And if you want to come to the show and be part of this discussion, you're most welcome. And there is another update, and that is I ran a survey related to this Elon Musk's tantrum, that he said ESG is a scam. And I have a very overwhelmed number of people has actually voted in that survey. So I will be coming up with the results of that survey later on this week in my newsletter. And please also subscribe to the newsletter. Thank you very much for everything, and staying with me and listening to my blah, blah, blah. Thank you very much.